Hello, welcome to my kitchen. Today I'm making a strawberry and cream bundt cake. This is a spin on the nothing bundt cakes. I used to love getting those when I lived in Houston, but we don't have one in Dothan, Alabama. So guess what? I've learned to make my own, and I will say they are every bit as good. Yep, I said it. And the best thing about it is I'm using a boxed cake mix. I'm starting with a white cake mix, and this Betty Crocker super moist cake mix is my favorite. And you can make this from scratch, but really they've done all the measuring and most of the work for you, which makes it really good. I work, so I don't always have time to make things from scratch. So doing things like this really works out great for me. Now I have cut up about a cup of strawberries, and those are going right into my mix. I've cut my strawberries in fairly large pieces because I am going to mix the cake with the strawberries in it. And I want some of them to stay intact. So I'm just stirring this in the cake mix, and this is going to help keep my strawberries from sinking to the bottom, or with a bundt cake, I guess, sink to the top. And to this, I have got a cup of heavy whipping cream. Now the directions say to use water, but I'll tell you what, if you will use heavy cream or buttermilk in your cake mixes, it just takes them to another level. The recipe also calls for a half of a cup of oil, so I'm just going to add that right to my heavy cream, and that's going right in. I let my cream sit out for just a little bit. I don't want it too cold. Cakes rise and cook a lot more evenly if you'll let your ingredients come to room temperature before using them. I'm also adding 3 large eggs, and to give this cake more strawberry flavor, I've got some strawberry extract, and I'm adding a teaspoon. Now I'm going to show you another great flavor booster. I have some strawberry jello. This is completely optional. If you don't want to add it, don't. But I will tell you that it makes a big difference in flavor, and it also gives this cake a nice soft pink color. As a matter of fact, when I haven't had the strawberry extract, I've just used the jello, and it's delicious. I'm using a tablespoon. I just keep a package of this open in my pantry, and I use it all along in strawberry shortcakes and things like this. Jello is a great way to boost flavor. And that's it. That is the cake. Now I'm going to mix this at a medium speed just until everything is nicely blended. I'm not going to overmix it because that's going to make a tough cake. I'm just going to break these strawberries up just a little bit. Look at this cake batter. See, I've still got nice chunks of strawberries, but I've also blended a lot of that strawberry in, and I just want to make sure that I stir all the way to the bottom and everything is blended together. See that nice soft pink color? So pretty. Now I've sprayed a bundt pan. This is a nonstick pan with some nonstick cooking spray, and I'm going to get this right in my pan. Now, oh, that's so good. That's perfect. The strawberries, along with the extract and the strawberry jello, just gives it the right amount of flavor. Now the directions say when you're using a nonstick pan that you are to cook this at 325 degrees. So I've got my oven preheated and this is going in for about 35 to 40 minutes. I'm gonna get this cleaned up and then we're gonna start on that delicious strawberry and cream cheese frosting. Yum. I am so excited about this frosting. I absolutely love a good cream cheese frosting. And I'm making a strawberry cream cheese frosting to go on our strawberry cake. I mean, we gotta have strawberries, right? Now I have 2 cups of powdered sugar in my mixing bowl, and I'm adding a half of a block of cream cheese. And this is softened cream cheese. I've just been letting it sit out for a little while. And I am gonna mix this, but before I stick my mixer in this bowl, I am gonna stir this up just a little bit because I will get powdered sugar everywhere. Now I'm also adding 1/4 of a teaspoon of strawberry extract to this. And you can also use your strawberry jello again. I've done that many times. If you want a nice pink frosting for a baby shower or just anyone that likes a pretty pink cake, it makes a beautiful, beautiful color. And I'm also adding 1/4 cup of fresh strawberries. And again, I left them in larger size pieces because I am going to mix this and I want some of the strawberries to stay intact. Now I'm going to mix this on a medium speed until it's the consistency that we're looking for. This looks perfect. I did add a little bit more powdered sugar to this. I added about 1/2 cup more. Sometimes your strawberries might be a little juicier, so don't be afraid to add a little bit more powdered sugar if it's not the consistency that you want. Also, if it gets a little stiff, if you have some vanilla coffee creamer, just add a few drops of that into your frosting and it is so, so good. Now I have a pastry bag. If you don't have a pastry bag, then use a Ziploc bag and I'm just wrapping it around this glass. Now this icing is going to re-solidify. Our cream cheese was really soft. As it sits, it's going to get a little bit firmer. As a matter of fact, I'm going to put this in the refrigerator and let it sit until my cake comes out and it's cooled down enough to add this. Now, there we go. Isn't it pretty? If you want just a solid white cream cheese frosting, then eliminate the strawberries. Still add a drop of the strawberry extract and you'll still have a great strawberry flavor, but you won't have the pink color. You'll have the more traditional nothing but cake color. Well, my cake has a few more minutes. This is going in the refrigerator. I'm gonna get this cleaned up and I'll see you back here in a few. Look at this cake, y'all. Doesn't it look good? And look at this pretty color. See that pretty pink color in there? And I know it's done because when I touch it, it springs back. You don't want to overcook this because, first of all, you don't want to overcook a cake. But second of all, we're not going to frost this completely and the cake is going to show and you don't want it too dark. Now to make sure that this is going to come out, I'm just going to take my little spatula here and I am going to run it across the sides and also the middle. I'm actually making this for someone, so I've got one of these little cake boards and I'm going to put that right on top. and flip. Ooh, that sounded good. Oh yeah. This looks perfect. And look at those strawberries. That's exactly what I wanted. I just wanted some nice pieces of strawberry. That way when we slice it, there's no doubts that it's a strawberry cake. Now I'm gonna let this cool completely and then we'll frost this baby up. This has cooled completely. You just want to make sure that all of the warmth is gone, because if you put this frosting on a warm cake, you're going to end up with a glaze instead of a frosting. It's just going to run all over the place. Now this has been sitting in the refrigerator just while my cake baked and cooled down. And I want to cut a good portion of this tip off. I want a large opening because I've got strawberries in here and I don't want them to get hung up. I'm not going to frost this exactly like Nothing Bundt cakes. I'm going to put my own little flair on it. And I'm going to start in the middle. And I'm going to make loops. And I'm going to make them all different sizes. I can't help but to think about my bonus father when I make this strawberry cake. It was one of his favorites. We lost him last year to COVID, and I can't tell you how much we miss him. And I call Daddy my bonus father because that's exactly what he was. He was definitely a bonus in my life. He and my mother were married for almost 45 years. And I just can't hardly believe that he's gone. But I know that we'll see him again one day because that man loved Jesus. All right, now I'm going to take a little bit more of this frosting and I'm going to put the frosting right in the middle. That way we've got a little bit extra. And I'm going to take some of these extra strawberries and put right in the middle. Now look at this. Doesn't this look wonderful? Oh, and by the way, I've just made a little makeshift cake stand. It turns. This is a little turntable, and I put it in here, and when I'm frosting cakes, I can turn it as I want. Now, this is gonna have a little bit of drippage, and that is totally okay. And this needs to be kept in the refrigerator. You don't want that icing melting. A little drip is good, too much, not so good. You're a blessing to me. Thanks so much for watching. Will you like my video? Share it with your friends. That means so, so much. Go make you a strawberry and cream cake. I promise you'll be happy you did. I'll see you next time.